Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach. Cindy Grossman. New York City born and raised, luxury retail management was her game. Saks Fifth Avenue and Nordstrom were her jewelry playgrounds. Had enough at 38, fled to Miami, where Neiman Marcus Bal Harbour found her. Recruited to Mont Blanc, where her regional position challenged her. Met her husband 4 years ago, and Brevard County she did go. COVID hit, she needed a new career fit. Age-defying beauty with Mary Kay, she did say. And now, here's Cindy Grossman.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Mesmerize the Mirror at Any Age. Mitch is off, and I have a co-host sitting in for him, Kristen Heath, the infamous esthetician from Skinergy, and of course, Jesse, keeping us on our toes and keeping us in line.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. So we are recording it today. Today is actually January 31st, 2023. And it's actually an interesting day. I love national holidays. And today is actually National Plan for Vacation Day. So it's something that the travel industry has done in the U.S., and I think it's a great idea. I really like the idea. So it's a day to encourage Americans to plan their vacation days for the whole year at the start of the year, to inspire them to use these days to explore, of course, the USA, NPVD, National Plan Your Vacation Day, highlights the importance of taking time off to travel, both for personal well-being and for the overall economic prosperity of our nation. So get going, everyone. Plan for your vacation and plan it out well. And I think it's a great day. And I think it's a good opportunity for people to really think about what they want to do for the year and where they may want to go. And, you know, most people have a certain amount of vacation time.
Yeah, as I mentioned to you, in my previous career, we would get a calendar, and based on seniority, you would kind of put down your, you know, vacation. Normally people have like something set, and then you could put a few days here and there. And throughout the year, if you needed like a day or two, they would, you know, that could be approved. But for majority, you had to kind of plan your vacation out in the beginning of the year when this calendar came out, which was challenging because, you know, you get invited to weddings, things like that pop up. It kind of takes away from the spontaneity of vacationing. But the positive is it gave you something to look forward to. So like say you're working and, you know, you're like, oh, I just got to get through this month or these couple of weeks, and I have this great trip planned. And I think I'm definitely a believer if you work in a field where you get PTO to use your time. A lot of people, if you're in a field that you can save it, they save it up and they retire with all these hours, but they don't give you that time to hold on to. They give it to you because you need it, because that helps with burnout and, you know, people wanting to leave their jobs. So I think that there's a positive to planning ahead of time. But it's also fun to be like, oh, hey, like next week, let's go to New York, you know? So what do you think?
Yeah, I think it depends on your job. I know when I lived in New York and was, you know, in retail management, I couldn't wait to take my vacation. So I would plan it out, because you had to let, you know, upper management know when you were taking off, because they had to always, you know, be coverage for you. And so I remember living in New York every year in February, of course, the coldest time in New York. We used to go on a week cruise to the Caribbean. Now, if anybody knows me, I'm not a beach person, but for some reason, you know, living in New York, battling the cold and ice and snow, I so looked forward to those weeks. And, you know, my parents would come along and we would just, you know, island hop. I mean, I think I've seen every Caribbean island there was, because there was quite a few years we did that every February. And then, of course, in the summer, you know, in New York, you always want to take a week or two. And so that was a big time to take vacation too. And
that's interesting about your cruise. We used to take a cruise like every November time growing up, and out of Florida, it's very easy to jump on a cruise. But yeah, it was like every year. And then you look back and you're like, wow, I've been on, you know, 10, 15 cruises, and
absolutely
definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So do you have any vacations you're planning?
No.
this national-
Well, I decided this summer I would like to maybe rent some kind of Airbnb on the beach, but up north, not in Florida, too hot in Florida. You know, because people always ask, you know, what do you miss? And I think I still do miss the change of season. So I know in the fall is beautiful. So I'm going to look to plan something. Last fall, we went on a beautiful cruise to the Northeast, and that was beautiful. We saw the changing of the leaves. And like I said, maybe it was all those, you know, cruises going to the islands. Don't show me another island. You know, the water's beautiful and it's beautiful, but, you know, looking to do something
And now you
new.
live in Florida, so you have a beach
Exactly.
very close by. So.
Exactly. That's true.
Jesse, do you plan out vacations?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I don't really have one going for this year, but I think I am a little jealous of one of the people we know. He's in Vegas right now. I'm a little jealous of that vacation.
Yeah.
But I think the next time I want to go to Yellowstone. I want to plan out a Yellowstone vacation. That's the place where in the United States where I want to go next. And
I did Wyoming last year.
yeah, how was it?
It was nice. It was right before like we got back, and I think the next week is when they had a bunch of massive floods and like craziness, and a lot of Yellowstone was closed. But as people say, like if nature and hiking and no cell service is your thing, then you will love Wyoming or Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was the looking at the animals, and the buffalo is what they're called, right? Yeah, the bison that would just
Yeah.
be like walking by you in Yellowstone was like pretty incredible.
That's wild.
That's cool.
But
I'm gonna have to talk my wife into that.
Oh, okay.
I think she's more of the glamping kind of a person. So
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we'll find a B&B or something up there
Right.
with internet access. or
That's
something.
Yeah, you
Oh,
only
yeah.
have internet access in the place.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get in your car, it's like ... nothing going on.
Yeah.
But it would definitely be a trip that you guys would get closer because you'd have nothing but each other.
There we go. Yeah, play a little Yahtzee, a little Uno or whatever,
Oh.
and yeah, make a vacation out of it. Yeah, and see some bison.
There
Yeah,
you
that
go.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Well, this is what they say, and this is a good point to bring up. Life is all about the journey, and there's no better journey than planning for a new adventure. So make those vacation plans and enjoy the ride. So I think I like the idea of this day. Really take the time to plan something out. And it's funny, I recently, don't judge me, I was channel surfing and I came across a Hallmark movie of all things. And they wanted to go on a second honeymoon. And they had a globe out. Now, I don't know who does this, but it's kind of an idea. And they kind of spun the globe to see where they wanted to go. Well, the first place was a no. The second place, they both looked at each other, was a no. But the third place, it was Greece, Rhodes, one of the islands. And it shows that they went there and they had a terrible time getting there. Of course, travel is not fun. And when they finally got there, the hotel, they were having a soccer tournament and they couldn't even stay at the hotel. So planning, you see, National Plan Day, your vacation,
That-
extremely important, teaches you a lesson. So I think, something to be said for that.
On that note, TikTok is a big thing. And I saw a TikTok, and it was kind of, I've seen a lot around the holidays where like families, like let's say, a family has 3 or 4 sets of grown children that have like couples and all that. They want to plan a trip. And so everybody puts in 1 or 2 places that they want to go. And then they pick like out of a random where they go. Or I've seen it where everybody has to kind of give a presentation as to
that's a
why the
riot.
family should go to that place. And then they vote on it. And I was like, that's kind of fun.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, too bad I have a very small family. But that sounds like a lot.
Right.
You could have friends, like couple friends, but
Right.
I was like, oh, that's so cool.
But a lot of times, that's why planning is important. And maybe doing the presentation is a good idea also. But a lot of times, you're friends when you leave. When you get back, you're not friends anymore because, it's one thing you're friends, you go for dinner, you hang out. But to spend a whole vacation with other people, You know, it could
Do
be
you have a lot of
trying.
those in your life that you can spend a long vacation on?
No, but I've heard some recently. I know somebody, you know, went on a cruise and it was not a good situation with the person she went with, and you just never know. You have to be
You're
prepared.
a fun person to vacation with.
Well, thank you, but I don't know if everybody would say that because, again, I like to take my time to get ready, and some people are like, you know, roll out of bed and let's get going, and I'm not always that type of person. So.
Ever that type of person.
So I have a whole process.
Jesse, question: does it take your wife a long time to get ready?
A little while.
Have you learned to like just roll with it and doodle on your phone or something?
Yeah.
Scroll.
That's it. Yeah.
Me and Cindy, I'm a very like punctual. When I am running late, even if I'm not going to be late, I'll like call if I'm like meeting somebody or something. I'll be like, I don't know if I'm going to be late, but there's a chance, because I'm just like, it stresses me out. So becoming, you know, best friends with Cindy, it's definitely been a growing experience that like I'll just like, you know, scroll on my phone or
Thanks
I
a
mean,
lot.
it shouldn't take her this long because she's naturally beautiful, but
Thank you.
I think she just gets distracted when she's getting ready. But we've had fun vacations, so
Sure.
we'll have to plan something.
Yeah, definitely.
A national plan your vacation.
Yes,
thing.
we have to sit down, and everybody should plan for the whole year, they say. That's the whole idea. So think of, you know, maybe per season, or, you know, I think I want to say, we should just look this up, but I think most people do take a summer vacation. That's because, of course, the children are off from school, and, you know, just people seem to travel more, I think. Of course, holidays, Thanksgiving and stuff like that. See, my cutoff was always after, you know, like right before Thanksgiving, that was it. Of course, retail, you couldn't go away. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to keep talking about planning your vacation.
Need an enlightening pick-me-up? Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy to energize your skin and keep it looking fabulous forever. Kristen can help with hair removal, sugaring to keep your whole body smooth and conditioned. Kristen will help you refresh and defend your skin while giving you a customized facial. Cindy helps skinergize and get you camera ready for your everyday look or special occasion. Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy. Find them on Facebook under the Skinergy Squad.
At Compass Pest Control, we focus on killing pests where they live and breed by terminating them outside your home or office before they can get in. Hi, I'm Chris Hudman, owner of Compass Pest Control. We prevent roaches, ants, and other pests from getting inside with a proactive approach. We don't stop there. We also offer lawn and plant health programs, and we'll never sell you something you don't need. At Compass Pest Control, our prices are competitive, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Get a free estimate. Visit compasspests.com.
Advertising is essential. You've got to make people aware that you're there. We can do that with a cohesive marketing campaign from Evergreen Media. Based on your business goals, we'll create a mix of digital advertising on social media sites like Facebook, video advertising on streaming sites like Hulu and Paramount Plus, and supplement them with local TV and radio ads. Build awareness, educate, and inform the public with a cohesive marketing campaign by Evergreen Media. Check out egreenmedia.com or search online for Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
The law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine is here to help you with your personal legal challenges, business needs, and real estate matters. Since 1984, we have assisted countless numbers of Florida individuals and businesses with their legal issues, from trusts and estates, wills, real estate, and civil or criminal litigation. We pride ourselves on maintaining lifelong client relationships and would appreciate the opportunity to assist you and your family as well. Please call 321-639-1320 for further information on the law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine. I'm a non-attorney spokesman.
And we are back with special co-host Kristen Heath infamous esthetician from Skinergy. Thank you for being here. And Jesse, of course. And we're talking about National Plan for Vacation Day. So we came up with a lot of good ideas how you can plan it. And another thing they say is burnout might not reset with the new year, but studies show that planning for a trip boosts morale, reduces stress, and prevents burnout. NPVD, National Plan Vacation Day, is the perfect opportunity to plan your time away for the year ahead because we're happier when we plan for our vacations, that's for sure. And especially, you know, when we talk about it and like you, I think, said before, I have something great to look forward to, right? Yeah. And then you also brought up a good point about budgeting.
Yeah, I think that when you have a plan, you can like, okay, I'm going to go on a trip in 6 months. You can like every week or every month put X amount away. And then when that vacation comes up, it's like, oh, you know, it's either, you know, paid for by the time you go or you have extra spending money. So I'm all about planning for vacation.
Right. And I think that's a good point. So if you do it way in January, and let's say your first trip for the year is in the summer, absolutely. You have a lot of time to really save and budget out and really, you know, look into exactly what you want to do and, you know, sightseeing and things like that. Even meals become so costly sometimes on vacation if you're not really planning it out. So I think it's a good opportunity all the way around. So
have you ever been on vacation and then you get back from vacation and you feel like you need a couple
yes.
days? I think I learned
Yes.
that as an adult, that like if you're say I'm going on vacation from like Thursday to Sunday, take that Monday off of work to like unpack your bag, do laundry, reset your life, probably go grocery shopping, because it's like if you have to go right back, it's like, ugh. So
no,
I definitely learned that.
That's a big thing too. Coming back. I mean, I went 2 weeks, maybe even like 2.5 weeks to Israel, and that was like the last big trip that my husband and I actually went on. I mean, we went here and there like a week away, but it's kind of hard for him to get the time off. But I am going to preach to him about National Plan Your Vacation Day because he needs to definitely plan. I mean, I'm ready to go. My suitcase is always
stays packed. You have your go bag ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Anywhere you want to plan? Well, I know you said somewhere in the summer.
Right, definitely somewhere in the summer. And I think I do like I said, the changing of the leaves in the fall. But
I feel like Europe is in your call for the year this year.
Yes, definitely. My husband has not been to Europe. I'd like to show him Italy. And of course, maybe parts of France. He's a history buff, so anything historical. And his dad was in World War II, so I think anything related to that would be really interesting.
Yeah, maybe if you plan now, especially with his busy schedule,
exactly,
he can, you know,
exactly
get loose ends tied up before you're going to go and not take on big things when knowing I'm going away.
Right.
So yeah, I think that would work perfect, especially in a household where people are busy and things of that nature.
Right. What about you? Any plans?
Definitely New York again this year. I think that's like a yearly thing. I feel like I have to keep the New York
tradition going.
Exactly. I think with having a child and school is kind of strict. I know Jesse has children, but they're very strict on time off. So he gets a week off in the summer. So hoping to plan something then. But like you said, the summer in Florida is not fun, and I'm not the biggest beach person. So the idea of spending the week going to the beach here is not my idea of fun. So probably somewhere where maybe in the nights get cool. Like that sounds like fun. So that's about it so far this year that I have planned. Maybe a cruise in the year.
Yeah, cruises are fun. And like we were talking before, economically, they're, you know, inexpensive that you really can enjoy yourself and have a lot of fun. And they throw so many wonderful things at you. They give you the drink package, you know, the beverage package, any type of alcohol you want. And they do like internet, and then you were saying they make it easy for you to plan for the next because they offer you such special deals. So
yeah, normally when you're on the one trip, they're like, okay, if you book your next one for our next season, or maybe a new boat's coming to the fleet, you get like a good deal. I think that, and then with the economy the way that it is, I remember when you could rent an Airbnb, a decent Airbnb house for like under $100 a night. And now, and I'm sure, you know, as people do ruin good things, their cleaning fees are so high. You know, there's normally extra fees, and, you know, you can't check in till 4:00, and they're very strict about that because they probably have multiple properties and the cleaning people don't leave. And they'll knock on your door at, you know, if it's checkout at 10 or 11, they're knocking, getting you out of there.
Right.
And then some of them I've been to, like, you have to take the trash out. You have to strip the beds. You know, you go on a cruise.
I know.
You sleep when you want. You know, they come and make the beds. You call room service is sometimes included on them.
Sure.
So, like, I think a cruise is in my future because the easiness when you have a child, you're worried about so many other things. I don't have to worry about cooking when I'm on a trip or finding a restaurant. But I think like a New York travel and fancy restaurant is fun with adults.
Right.
I think a cruise would be more fun with a kid, or like staying like in a house that has a hotel with a toddler. I have come to find is not my favorite thing. So they definitely need their private space. And not that it couldn't work, but definitely at the toddler stage, we go to bed at different times. I stayed in a hotel with him, and the first night he was great. I think he was a little tuckered out. The second night, screaming and crying, and then you got to think about the people next to you, and it was just and it wasn't fun for anybody. So
yeah, but the Airbnb, it seems within
that industry
blew up.
Yeah,
really blew up, and I think it's great. I mean, I'm certainly going to look into that for the summer vacation for sure. I think it's a great way to travel. You can bring a few people. The homes that they offer are usually, you know, truly beautiful and very well taken care of. I know there's some very specific, you know, details that they give you, that they have the expectations. And I think if you do anything, they're really going to hold you accountable. So I think that's I
kind of feel like Airbnb is kind of encroached on the hotel market, kind of like how Uber and Lyft encroached on the taxi market. You know, I don't know why that kind of related in my head when you were talking, but I definitely think there's pluses to planning, and Airbnbs, or Vrbo is another one. But
right. No, but I mean, and you'd be surprised, like the least places you think you might find an Airbnb, they are out there.
At my house that I owned, the house was an Airbnb. They lived in it for a while, and they were going to sell it, but the market wasn't great. So they Airbnb'd it, because I was looking at Airbnbs in the area because I had family coming, and I was like, that's my neighbor's house.
That's crazy. See, in an HOA, you can't get away with that. They're like so strict.
At least the HOAs here, because in Orlando, I've stayed in houses and townhomes that are HOA. They're gated and all of that. So
that's interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. I think a lot of condos on the beach here, I think they are offered at Airbnb. So yeah, it's just a matter of planning. And
it's fun to plan. You know, I'm a planner, so I love planning, and who doesn't like vacations? So.
Exactly. Now, Jesse, when would Yellowstone be? When would be the time of year?
I don't know. It would have to be summer. I wouldn't want to go there in the winter. Those winters look brutal.
Yes.
And they close down a lot of Yellowstone in the winter because of the roads.
Yeah, it would have to be a summer.
Weather.
Yeah, maybe summer 2024. Who knows?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody plan those vacations. Doesn't have to be January 31st, but when you view this wonderful live stream or hearing us on the radio, make sure you plan your vacation and enjoy, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.